and you've been strongly criticized. I mean, especially with regards to the conduct of the general elections. I will question a year about our commissar and a quite our fast or year and normal. Already we'll be defending one catch a we are say look, international observers almost share about one say the normalcy course. We'll be agitated to say, Bibian, come. Now then, I won't go ask what two and you see, Mammy James as well as why the Totozaza Ubrubusa. His Excellency, I did also.
You see, Abattoir Wohui say over year assessment of Abattoir a year before, during, and after. And you may see before, and you may see during, and then you may see Abattoir no Matue, you know, you see a compilation of results near the end. And you may be brave to sing a was our election. And Mekan, and yes, Mekan Electoral Commission, but I want to make sure, say, they will continue to be the #1 electoral commission in the whole of Africa, because that is the perception of Ghana's electoral commission. Afrajan Woho and Madam Charlotte Woho, we've been the leading electoral commission. Because I said, me call Liberia as an election monitor. After first round, there was confusion. Because Nipa be bring who polling station 1 year there. ECOWAS sent a technical team led by Charlotte Osei to come and sort out the Liberian Electoral Commission's problems. And she came and sorted it out. The runoff, everybody's name was printed at your polling station. Into Udruha, Oshe, Ehunse Udin Waha, and San Wako joining Santino. But in the past, it wasn't there. So people will go here and say, Udini, no, I call her Udini, or Breca Zamin to Abanibium. And they sorted it out. You understand? So I'm just saying that everything that I say is to make them sit up. Until I say they must redeem themselves in 2024. And that's what I'm kind.
Absolutely.
So when I'm pointing out their mistakes, it's not because I hate them.
But as you do, they're also asking you to prove with evidence.
So I want an investigation. That's why we said, come in the ballot box. Hey, come in the witness box and come and testify under oath. You said you won't do it. Now I may criticize you. If you had sat in the witness box and would ask you all these questions, what ground will I have to go around? Like I say, you did this or you did that. Your best opportunity, which was taken by your predecessor, if I done 2 days, no witness box. MPP Bissano, questions from A to Z about the electoral process. No. And so, who criticized him again?
But as their recent press conference suggests,
I welcome an investigation. Says Anna.
Yes.
And if they say they want an investigation, let's have an investigation.
Okay.
But I don't know if the police are the best to. I don't know what the police are going to investigate. We want an independent inquiry, or let's go to ECOWAS. ECOWAS has an electoral body. Let them bring, some people to come and do an investigation into Ghana's election of 2020. I will welcome it. I will testify. Under oath, I will swear an oath and I will testify. I'll run away from the witness box.
I know you, I know you are a communication expert and about body language. Who read the body language?
Yes.
Just a minute, His Excellency. Who read the body language? Just to be able to understand baby will be free by in terms of their worker. When you read the body language of Nano Dr. Bosman Asari Wabra press conference now, does it in any way give you an indication say if a footway wood to a nekokoba woodway a rasupebo?
Look, I know the why no also MPP. His posturing, his body language, everything. The way he was arguing with me, all kind of more response. Don't put him say I say on the crabina tree. What I say? Yeah. I mean, the way he was, like, I mean, he has a grudge with me. What I say? And right from the start, or see, this was an existential threat to Ghana's democracy. And he was declaring a stand. You understand? So we have no hope in him. The person we have hope in is Jim Mensah, because she's the chair of the commission, and she bears ultimate responsibility. You understand? We know he's an MPP man. I know he's an MPP man. We know his track record in University of Ghana before he became commissioner. He was an MPP patron. And we don't talk about him. But Jean Mensah is the chair, and she takes ultimate responsibility. What I say? And so she must put her foot down and make sure that the right thing is done. Election
right.
We took a CI to Parliament. The CI had a form, and the form said you must fill in how many people were registered on the biometric register. Why do we have a biometric register if on the pink sheet there is no column for registering how many people presented themselves to vote? But it was deliberate. The form they took to Parliament had a column for registering how many people were registered by the biometric register. The form that they gave us to vote had no column. And we recognized that line. We said, why is there no column for registering biometric register? So we'll rectify it. Then they went and brought a stamp, say, almost stamping. Most of the pink sheets were not stamped. Either they didn't train their people to stamp them, or they deliberately did not stamp them. Some stamped, they didn't write the number of people verified. And so after the election, we have the pink sheets, but we don't have how many people were verified by the biometric register. The biometric registers still are in their possession. Yeah. Into a court, we're going to ask the court and say that we don't have on all these pink sheets how many people presented themselves to vote because the electoral officers did not record it. Into can she give us, because the biometric machines are in their possession, and no, Johnny, but she knew who asked that question. And that's why she refused to go into the witness box. I mean, regardless. That's just one. Yeah. Two, after we had printed the ballot papers, in Ghana, we've always printed the ballot papers here. Yeah, printing now agree say the allocation for printing for this printing press has been done. BBR, everything is done. We have a certificate we all sign. Okay. Now you now sign it. Near package BBR near the call. Yeah, there's no printing again. If there's a need to print, the parties are informed. Near some my agents about. The agent back home refi the BBR kofa. Yeah, printing yeah, you have to sign your money in our call. They had printed millions of ballot papers again. You will say, I didn't my printers are ballot papers. You say, I printed you. You see, back home, I'll say, oh, in case of a runoff. Now, in case of a runoff, I don't know if it but all the people who stood in the election were on the ballot paper, the ones that they are printed, the ones we found. Runoff, you normally two parties. Yeah. So you cannot have printed the same ballot paper and say in case of a runoff. They couldn't explain. And they said, okay, let's go and ban them. But we have information that it's not only that place where we found it. There were other printing presses that printed extra ballots.
What do you say to Umombeka say? Opportunity by MAO, and I say this, NDC, MAO, say, court, Mubet presenters are no more winning. Even though more explain constantly say, oh, Yeni ye Nanso Yanyasa Quenya no court. A man for ancestors say, Munya opportunity our court. Somebody a dancing be better. Said by a man for better say, Monsem na Mokano, no could be womb.
We came from the issue of, that's why I'm giving you the various scenarios. The next scenario is that declaration of results. No, we've never seen anything like that in this country. If you had Faijan Breso, a Faijan Betnasina or declare a year, it matches to the last column. You can check the results up and down. It will come give you the same A. Charlotte said the same thing. And so when we almost or a mistake. Why were you even rushing to do it if you were going to make a mistake? You must make sure that by the time you go and declare the results, there is no room for any doubt about the results. And so you rushed, went and announced them. There was a problem. You said, oh, there was a mistake. You came and corrected it. They corrected it. So now, if you ask me what the final result of the election is, I can't tell you. Because they corrected it so many times. And then they went and brought these regional tallies. In the regional compilations, there were mistakes in the regional compilations. What do I say? And you say, I can't say, you didn't do a good job. Redeem yourself in 2024. You understand? Start to build the confidence. Why are you an electoral commission? Because of us, the political parties. If the parties were not there, would there be an electoral commission?
So confidence now personal building and say, no,
I'm trying to say we are their enemies. And okay, I say, yeah, the proposals say, oh, these are proposals for electoral reform. Almost I mean, how can you? It just shows
those are the barriers that we face, and I say
no. They see us as their enemies. We are ready to engage them.
Okay,
but to say and I say bibi. You understand? And I'm prepared to open a new chapter, and let's make the corrective because it's in the interest of the nation, say, you be hold credible elections. Now, Obia, Ajiatumu say, this is the legitimate and everything. 2016, we had it. There was no problem. Melusi, me say, oh, yes, Majiatum, let's take it that way. I mean, if there were even irregularities, I don't think that they would have been so major that it would have overturned the election. What I say?
Very well.
And we should have that same feeling. You understand? But the Supreme Court ruled, Supreme Court, and almost say the election stand 7-0. And we've accepted it.
Yeah. His Excellency Amanebobia ya put it together at the chair for and yet for about Niabebuno Noka, the Adom Macomasho, and Niagana for Wineka. And it's also no appear consistently or Casa Hodua Yana ne Ghana for engaging Titru a year you seek asem. The crowd will be crowded. I hear you say Krumaya ship. Tibabia Befabia no be issue. Utie Umomo Bemo no more Casafa Yesika Sam. Say, a man saying in a sofa say, Yadia could you will coronavirus aba. A bubu be a pramanisica Samaya bete. Ghana so and the moon shroom. Inti, I didn't think that changing out be a person he put a blame no, and the big guaban so if COVID into Namana Bassa. Sa argument, Rodri was an affair so. Say Wokasa Muguzuka says Sikasem Ayabasa. How different is it from a brand now year campaign? Sikasem
Ayabasa, even before COVID. Yeah, the COVID catastrophe is like using COVID as a cover up. Before COVID, na Ghana economy no enkoye. Finance Minister Mekabium, he's been cooking the books. Hey. I've said this several times. He should sue me or anything. He's been cooking the books. He doesn't give the right picture of the economy. Liability say energy sector debt, banking sector cleanup. Enfant can't deficit no. He puts it as a footnote. Inti Oka say, your deficit is 6%. It's because huge liability items no ODCA. You know, and he's done that for a long time. Into your Fitch rating, Moody's rating, it looks like the economy is doing well. What I say, and no, because say BBC and COVID, and I say there's an asteroid that hits the Earth or something. Now, economy at Tepansa across the world, Ghana can survive for 6 months. Could we survive for 6 months? It means that we're living a lie. What I say, within 2 weeks, our economy was in ICU. And IMF this economy would have crashed. And that is because they are borrowing for only consumption. Between 2016, 120 billion debt and Amoje, you've taken us to 375 billion in 4.5 years. And the question is, it's only for consumption. What have you seen in terms of, say, major infrastructure a year? You know, you can say, that money has been invested for future generations. And the point is, Oma Mortgage BBR, Get Fund Maker say, the next 15 years, 60% of Get Fund, Oma Mortgage. ESLA, yen year buy to pay off the energy sector debt. It was supposed to be for 5 years. Into by now, Anka ESLA no, would have been taking it off the petrol price. Anka petrol price, they do 6.9 no. Anka ye ESLA nifiwa, it will bring the petrol price down and give people relief. When him say, your mortgage ESLA till 2035. Until 2035, any future government that comes cannot take ESLA off. Because they've taken the money for it already. And so you have to keep paying ESLA. Your money, your nana, baby, by 2035, you won't be near. But you people have to continue paying till 2035. And so you may your ESLA free. You know? Or say, or buy, my father I didn't inherit anything from my father. It's not true. Or buy a sinking fund. We had more than $200 million in it. I could have spent that money. But I knew that Kufuor's Eurobond, we were supposed to retire it in 2017. Until if another government came, if we didn't put the money aside, of course, we expected we'll win the election, so it would have made it easier for us. But they won, and so we had left that money there. And it grew, so they took it and paid off the Kufuor Eurobond. That was a government that was thinking forward. Ghana Infrastructure Fund, you jab $250 million home for leveraging investment into healthcare, into infrastructure development. We left that money there. Ask them what they did with it. Stabilization fund, and yes, was stabilization fund. And COVID by government had no money to do anything. We told them go to the stabilization fund and take money and start doing something against COVID. Until IMF and World Bank brought the 1 billion and the 400 million. What I say? So we had a vision for this country, and the point is, the economy you cannot build it overnight. You have to build on what somebody left you. What I say? But and then you go on a huge consumption spree, and that is what they've done.
It must see Papa.
Oh yes, I think that the foundation we left him. We left him 2 new oil wells. Yeah, Ejuma now was with 1 oil field, Jubilee. Yeah. That was our only source of oil revenue. Yeah. Obaye, I had given him Sankofa oil field and 10 field. Yeah. So 3 oil wells. He's got more money from oil than any government in the history of Ghana. And so I said, what have they done with all that money? Okay. It's all gone into consumption. Okay.
And another interesting bit, and Maminka, I heard from here for say, and I'm saying you work Greater Accra region, and His Excellency, a Greater Accra regional tour. Manya a lot of concerns. Free a tier for near her for say. The next question on balance and Mr. Money. Remoga, we find a few Remoga. I can't wait here. 80. I keep my dream. I could see a band with a tram card. They are tied to no say about addition Honsema. Oh, I had there or the fear such about. But I said my quabe bone of contention that a danya hodo amusi say suku dying saying kayeme ebekum. And here we are, yatese Omo abemo kase look eba nya wuja na wuja 29 no mobile no metimi abe over 30 crampo ekonanim. So meaning say what you left was few. Enti wo ama no won kran kase mo no de na wo kafa ho. I know my MP will whip me honorable as Senator Rollins. Say that say asusu dey we.
Enele Ebawa. Because when I encho bukom, sani acho bukom ni ma ye come if you dani ma ye gra kodi gra nga aba. Si mento manga wo gamefe ni bon utwi. Ayedio.
Senya menkuau.
Mento manga mofiamo. Mene oba she Power FM Studios. Ni wonton woda gamefen shi Greater Accra fen wonton woda nyeshi ake last election ni wo fon chiki nyewa wa ni wo ye Greater Accra region by 76,000 votes wo na 6 seats ho wo kefitai e wo ne yo adon agbo we dem am fancy ada ya trust
and you adon
and so I say me are okay.
Yes.
And now me running mate. I call your program be at University of Ghana. And your vice president and so by. You see, the problem with Sir Abayin is Makase, one of the major damages on my to Ghana is that you have to be interested in leaders beyond. Because social promises are almost promising they've not been able to achieve anything. We've done 4,620 projects in Greater Accra. We've done this. And Trony, make us and trauma. Let me use the right word. It's lies. And Trony, the meaning some university and I say, oh, join the party now, and Trony, dear. Because the leaders themselves are lying. What do I say? I say about Miakai, Obwa. Would they Google? Napo, NDC finished only 46 community schools. Yes. When we handed over, in the handing over notes, we said we finished 46. We completed them. I alone, answer na mefia by mo. I commissioned 36. Personally, I commissioned 36 of them. And ebi yede enkwada ekomu. Ebi so you couldn't send children in because you have to wait for the academic year to start. It's a near complete, but not enkwada enkomo. You know, Greater Accra Frafraha. the school there. I commissioned it personally. It's working. Kwabinya, me na mko commission here. Into would you Google Napo handing over notes I demand 46 on one kasa kind or CNDC completed only 46. And he said Vice President Ebeka say you completed 29 after him okay 29. You know, then it means even between them, you understand, somebody is lying. You understand? And I believe that he is lying.
That's based on the Napodi Kankai, which is
based on even what I commissioned myself. I commissioned more than 30.
Okay.
It is a Vice President can say we completed only 29 chess or one. You understand? And Napo himself, from our handing over notes, he said we completed only 46. And he said, Vice President can say we completed only 29. You know, and 30 or car say or moment complete, you know. It was the World Bank ones. We had 2 categories. We awarded 50 on Get Fund. And then we awarded 23. World Bank Maesika for an extra 23. And no Sikane the Bank of Ghana. Into ye Jumani Chauka. Uye Jumani Chauka. The other 50, no, it was Get Fund that was paying. Into ye Juma, now the certificate kwa. A check a cra, and now and contempt to say World Bank, you know. But your wabemo, what do certificate bar? A check a cra near Chauka. No as uncle to our with Jumaso. After you fear Baymuno, those that were on the Get Fund, you know, this government stopped paying the contractors. They said we're going to audit them. And for a long time, now Obia and Kojuma, everybody was sitting. You understand? And they continued the World Bank ones, because World Bank ones in the Nasikadaho. You understand? So when they come and say we completed 30, they are talking mostly of the World Bank ones. Na Yaji Sikano Abetoho. You understand? But most of those are awarded under Get Fund. They mortgage the Get Fund, 60% of Get Fund. 1.5 billion. And so for the next 15 years, the amount of money that is left in the Get Fund is only about 40% of the Get Fund. Contractors to complete those schools. That's the problem. And the 1.5 billion, they are using it to build 14 secondary schools.
Okay.
You see, and the thing is, most countries, free SHS is working.
Yeah.
It's based on a day school model. You understand? Free SHS is difficult to work when you have a boarding system like Ghana has. And what we said was, let's build more day schools so that it can absorb some of the children and give them education, and then would limit those under the boarding system. So we're going to have a combination of day and boarding, which will ease the pressure on AE. What you're saying? And so day schools now you're going to build 14 new super complex boarding schools to add to the burden of the boarding schools we have already. No, say you be a new super complex boarding school, you be a super complex boarding school, but we're decentralizing secondary education and taking it to the doorsteps of the people. We call a northern region, it's a Wapuli or somewhere. We finished one of the schools there. One day I was passing, and the children had closed school. And they were coming from school and going back to their community. The community is about 1 kilometer away. Maybe were on their bicycles, others were walking, the children were conversing and going back to it. It looked beautiful. Maybe they blocked my convoy. I don't know, you must have seen it in a video. I think it was sometime, you know, during the 2016 campaign, you know. But that was one of the schools that had been completed and children were in the school, you know. And see, their whole concept of the free SHS, that's why we're having problem. Then they have to come back home. You know, then they say this gold track come, green track, green from. You understand? If we finish more of the day schools, it will have eased the pressure on the existing secondary schools, so that we probably will not have had to have this double track.
Mamiya, quick follow up, and Minim said that you have for no be briakomaso. And now you have fixed the country for a year, and you have some do mano. What does Nyaye Kumisisi no? A chef said ye a bang bibeba. Now why a Japadia Magana? Any here say, I was say, yet
no, they can't share with you.
Okay, so
Napo,
yeah, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. NDC built only 46 community day senior high school. Opoku Prempeh.
After Vice President, so say
Vice President say 30 now.
Or 29.
29. And yes.
So who is telling the truth?
You better talk about Ghana for now. Yes, sure.
And this is the list of 36 that were commissioned before I left office.
Okay.
Mama ya kwenye ye kwaye baha moje na bibia nso akoyi se dia na ye pe no no enkosi enkowie pe na nso so nyina enyame asem.
That's right.
Efa no sa e blocks ene ye wie san ena wo mo wie san efi aban mu emfi enum ni ntimi ya na me won po se san komo na yedi ma menya mfato ho kakra ebi ni se o papa se obesi dan edu ena enum de owieye abibia wom se bebia obeda be waduane asaso waye bibia manipa mpotitim na enum na aka no ebi wo ho na anka de aka ne se obepenti ebi wo ho ne aka ne se wo betwe kane akom ebi nso ho de aka ne se bi obetwe nsu akom ananso so waboso kura wie na aka se ebi a odi nua na guso aka sa wo de nchansi ne beguso enti wo bewie eno no sa no a na wo ka se wo me papa sie enum nso me sie enum na nya no kresem na wo ka no sa free SHS a ya ka ho asem sa anka se mu se ye no ye concept no first you have to conceive of it aden na wo si school no ehe na schools no udi besisi drawings na be say ansa na wako sketches no so we are by model no say school na si ho a etisen ne fetisen unu se mofra pade efe e bia no mu nim so hwe papa enso mu du ho mbe hu ansa mu say school no blocks say na mehia to be fra quantity surveyor no wa hwe design nyina no we break ni nyina down owi a waka say school no kra me de besi hi ye kona nanom nan so sabe ministry of education de oni asase nanom so mefa we so na mada o mase omo man asase wahu na ansa na wo beka say aderu kra ne bo be yesen menye sika efisen efihin sika no fa be fi Ghana government ho na bi nso so be kwa akobobo se ekọ World Bank ekokojiska na World Bank de no ye the entire model baby a headmaster dine war baby a flats war workshop war bibia sanu ye de e-blocks no starter na obi foforo ba wo so oh dane hall na be ko ha headmaster dine be ko nya se be basa enti enu ni sanu ma mi na sanu wi a why advertisement why advertisement am nkrofo apply
procurement
contracts no ya award and son one seed money normal cost site one sword inti we build from scratch it mo be anka say ye complete but ye complete 10 na mo so be complete wo ba na same de no de aka ne say wo be painter untimi nka say wo ye 10 na me so me ye 10
but the end you bet my ye say Ghana his excellencies the end you bet my so my Ghana said be asade we NCBU say aban bi ba no ye project bia e be ye nhye send your baby no beto so I know the 1992 conspiracy
aban kwa ni husa nanado aban kwa ni husa
don't fall for it
every Rollins abreso kufo beje Rollins what they say enjuma bia na Rollins say ojato
okay.
All those who were working contractors omoko so ye ejuma those who finish those who didn't finish e bia ye terminating na yama obi foforo abeto aso ana bibi Kufofi aban mu Atamils bae.
Yeah.
What they say Atamils eja kufo ejume bi eto ho.
Yeah, think
we didn't hear anything like that. What they say it is known. And yeah, essentially for put the blame where it matters. And you say aban for ban na it's happening now to this government.
Aban we na ebu
Mema ka say nyame adom na NDC ba. We're not going to abandon the projects aban ya shase. You understand? Because abasubono ba it comes to the one who started and the one who completed. What they say, Buidam drawings ni bibia Rollins abreso and or starting and omampenyi kofo and koji sikana buy. Or this can buy almost siko drew baby sikana so and Professor Mills buy Professor Mills so koji sikana bi beka hon. Ma breso no muwie. Inti wie no Professor Mills sebe na nyamiaton san frɛ no nti ono oni ho but ye be bie buidam ano me frɛ omampenyi ko form on betrance menem ene bie sa buidam it doesn't spoil anything and one okay omampenyi ko form na start
that's right
Professor Mel say baby ano. Ofre o mampenyu kufo betena se e ma omu bi ano. And so abai de omba bibi a Mahama started ya na bibi. Se ukowia abasobo no be ko Mahama ho. Enti ye nto aso. Eno mo gya enyo ni bebre. Ohwe hospital si. Schools no mpo nya ya tese hospitals no. Bebre ensure toma it's unroof the buildings. Chance dinosaur pa ama ensure say enyo a woman na. I mean enya Mahama sika.
Anyway.
What I say na sika.
Very well. His Excellency, yes, I'm ranking. Hayani wo. Hanso na wo consider he. Eba biena ye won kan ya. Kai biu. E dia pan wayama brana ye mampanyin. Dia pan wayama wona wo Greater Accra. E ya de nwanwa so a dan dan nyina wo se ye de boy ho nkae. Fi se ye di kan ka te se de na wo refer to no. Population and housing census na che se da na ye do so e won kan ha.
Otie union MPP for Omoko regional. Say we're doing 4,732 projects. Now projects but ye. Now when we go to any region, you can't specific projects. Now you can't so I district assembly projects and count. This is school block, a primary school block and a KVIP and as and your marketing kitchen. You can't and your man a year. Major national projects are now Greater Accra and Dodona because it's the capital region into which most of the projects are national projects but our Greater Accra region into Mesha Sene University of Ghana Medical Center so Medical Center and say you who say and Yaribi say cancer near the day kidney transplant ne adia ebia brain tumor ne sanyoma no say e ka Ghana ni a this occur South Africa and now occur Europe and now occur India enti e ka say omianye medical center bi wo ha sa yare no so yeso ye betimi asasa yare no say na be ya ye nkrofo enko to those other places for medical care now apart from that so e be ye center for medical tourism. Because already Oshe ye Kolebu Hampua, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Crofoya, Omoba Kolebu, Winimsa.
Okay.
Even Kolebu in the state in which it is. And you see, when you see Sa University of Ghana Medical Center, Senebeya, Sesa complex Yariano heart problems near the day a bar. And Crofobefi, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, hey, no Mabesa, and so that was the purpose behind it. And we built it, we sent people for training to come and manage it and all that. But you know, this government was reluctant to operationalize it. And so COVID by they've operationalized sections of it, but Juma at full capacity, and there was a Rich Hospital, it's operational, people are benefiting from it and everything. International Maritime Hospital, and they Gapoha for in the sea. And we came out with a policy saying, I'm buying to me sea hospital in 90 Cocoa Board, Gapoha, Bank of Ghana, GMPC, yes, you'll be on someone. Sea Hospital, which can care for your staff, but at the same time give care to the public. Into Gapoha Somu, and I'm financing International Maritime Hospital. I went and inspected it. Almost a helipad. I landed with an Air Force helicopter at International Maritime Hospital.
Wow.
I went and inspected it. Almost oxygen plant. Into almost COVID by they have oxygen because they have their plant that produces their own oxygen. And they sell oxygen to other health facilities in the Tema Accra area. Into that one. Shao Sudoku District Hospital. On the almost winning maternal award for 0 maternal deaths and 0 infant deaths, infant mortality deaths for several years. They've been a leading hospital and assessor healthcare within that catchment area. Accident and Emergency Center, your friends in Kolebu, Gan West Municipal Hospital, a Modern Eye Center at Kolebu, Polyclinic at Sege, Botiano, Adenta, Odumai, Temaport expansion. Temaport is about 3 times bigger than the original port. Internet, what to say, new Temaport, the efficiency with which things are managed is one of the projects we did. Refurbishment of Terminal 2. Old terminal, no, you refurbish and suddenly you see new terminal, no. into refurbishment of Terminal 2, and then a new ultramodern terminal, which is Terminal 3. May I sure say you've traveled recently until you'd have passed through there. Kwame Nkrumah interchange. Okay, say Kwame Nkrumah circle. Okay, say you spend about 2-3 hours in the queue. About 80 to 100,000 cars used to use that circle a day. Now, the gridlock there was very serious until we decided that we'll build an interchange there. And also, Nkrumah Circular, you just pass there in minutes, you don't even realize that there's any traffic there. Pokwasi interchange, you have a signing agreement with African Development Bank, you have a Sikano eto home, and Sani Ifya Baimu, and Abayin Abe Twa. So it was an African Development Bank facility. In Tianka, we started it, and they came and completed it. Dramani interchange, the same thing. Obichebi Lamtes interchange, and also phase 1. The loan agreement, I call Parliament, we approved it and everything. On by they said they made some changes and things, but the important thing is that we got the original facility. The same contractor, the man who said Onyano, he's the same one who's building that interchange. Oshe Awoshi Pokwasi Road. So no, it connects with the Pokwasi interchange because we built the Awoshi Pokwasi road first, and that's when I spoke to African Development Bank and said, look, we cannot get the full benefit of Awoshi Pokwasi unless we do the Pokwasi interchange, so that Wufi Hoba you can come and join the Kumasi road or go to AE. Until now that the interchange is finished, the Awoshi Pokwasi road has been connected to it, so it makes sense. Yes.
Yadi back we abeka hone de na chese ye ho an free buy fi se jebia na ho bia na yesakra mu sa na yete
now you see that 10-story building now ka so ye the 2-story abeka ho and I assessa design no ya reduce yi enti ama afe dan na efe na chese una osi enti no Gifford Road a free Elwag traffic light, Ecot Trade Fair. Okay, I said, Nana, quite in city. It wasn't like that before we came into office. Yeni Gifford Road, Eco Bema Camp, with that bridge there. Then Bema Camp Road, phase 1 and 2, near Eco Captain Maxwell Mahama runabout. And then over the Airport Hills to Flower Port runabout. And near a far Eco Teshi runabout now, Utimifa, Eco Lake Mahono.
That's right.
Those roads. And then even the whole Trade Fair area, Eco Rasta Bush Road, Honina, there were no roads there. We came and constructed all those roads. Oshe Flower Port runabout. You started say you see bridge over the motorway. And you see pillars, on this side. It just say we're going to build the pillars on the other side and go over. Let me tell you a bit about that road. The first proposal I buy and say yenye under bridge, yembie tunnel no only tunnel na a core boundary road.
That's right.
Now the cost of it was about 23 million Ghana cedis, if I remember. And one of the engineers say, you see tunnel here, it won't solve the traffic problem. It will still have a problem. Into the better say you basically bridge over the motorway. And I'm sure I'm calculating how much it will cost to build a bridge over the motorway. At the time, if I remember well, it was going to cost us about 63 million Ghana cedis or 60-something million Ghana cedis. And I'm sure, and you best say 23 million aye under bridge no. You find the bridge over the motorway, it will make more sense and it will solve the traffic problem. Until we awarded the contract, we gave the contractor a little advance to start. I'm the Bank of Ghana and Poboae Kakra, and he started working. If we had continued, I mean, it's 5 years now. If that bridge was there, it would have solved that problem on the Spintex Road and the bridge near Adiade. But on the bridge, they decided to do it. And so they went and did under bridge. I think that they should rather have used the resources to continue the bridge over the motorway. It would have solved the problem much better.
That
was the plan.
You handling over notes.
They know what Ministry of Roads. Wow. They know we started the bridge. Anything under bridge, anything under bridge. But on who designed for under bridge, not Sonitra, there was some way. So they went and got Sonitra and said, do the underbridge. But I think that they should have used the resources to push the contractor to continue the bridge over the motorway. Now, say Namehu say almost started boom. And so the contractor seems to have come back to site. But he's been off site for God knows how many a year. Asphaltic overlay. We did more than 100 and something kilometers of asphaltic overlay in Accra. The National Data Center. MTN and say, Vice President say, Omunomaya National Data Center. It's not true. We finished it before they came. We set up the National Data Center. Accra Digital Center, we built it. In Toko Sekowa. It was a series of old warehouses. You should go and see that place today. You know, we built that.
It's not just a digitization, yeah, and then buy.
Oh, if you look at most of the fiber that has been laid in Ghana here, we laid the optic fiber. I commissioned the Eastern Corridor fiber cable that goes through 26 districts to provide high-speed internet to all of them. You know, and most of the fiber here it was laid in our time. And Sanyo you know, tertiary desalination plants. I'm sure you know about that one. And then Accra Tema Water Project. We added 40 million gallons of water to Accra from Pong. 20 million gallons we activated, and we held 20 million in reserve. Into Abra, Yebefia Baimuna, Adenta, East Legon. First, no Munyensio. They all started getting water. And then Mebusa, you see Adenta, Yebie pipe no, and 4 or 5 days, into tankers are starting distributing Shoni and the other. Into all those are some of the things that we did. Make us a mechanic,
we're a greater Accra, but beyond this, no. And I know so more greater Accra in other parts of the country. As a Miaba Kwedo Makoma so a Jumani when Nancy Muno, Wabra Mebunu Nisu say ye pay Juon, ye take free Ghana penny for Titu, a finance minister, and they say, look, I buy payroll no swima, and Timumbo with him. Now, one shot and you inquire one casam with me a beer munuma. Mebunu is in a sika, ye the best way as anyway. Quite best me a bit my one son withdrew a bed Jumani Hona and on any day.
You see, one of the major mistakes are buying here was the closure of the indigenous banks. What I say? Because government payroll I am until the young people should become entrepreneurs. They need credit. And the only banks that were willing to lend to Ghanaians, small and medium enterprises, were the banks that he has closed. Unibank, UT Bank, Heritage Bank, GM Bank, they were the ones giving small loans to Ghanaian enterprises. And now, now call APSA banks akesi oh you be few. The other say bring this collateral, bring this, bring that. You understand? But these other banks that he collapsed, the smaller banks, you know, had found a way of being able to lend small loans to small and medium enterprises. What I say, and so they needed to support them to survive. Right now, it isn't there. We SME, you can't get even for startup capital, you can't get from anywhere. Until so now, you're setting up Ghana Exim, so that Ghana Exim can help Ghanaian enterprises to build up and create jobs for people. And so also, it's based on favoritism. You understand? They give the loans to known people. You know, the only other place America say is 1D, 1F. While we see a factory, we see what the near Castle, fence or amount cannot to wall, F fence no into 2 wall now near the 1D, 1F, but Ghana Exim Sika, you say, okay, 1D, 1F no. That's the only place I see, say, Omode, some of those loans. But, I mean, most of the other loans, they are giving it on professional basis.
But for you, solution and then
the solution is to grow the private sector, especially agro-processing. Osha, your manifesto, done for 2020. We have it there. We have the 1 million jobs plan. We can create 1 million jobs in the digital sector and in agro-processing. Because one of the mistakes we make in agriculture is planting for food and jobs, fertilizer free, and as a subsidized fertilizer, get improved seeds. But as soon as you finish growing the crop, you have to deal with the market yourself. There's nobody who will take the crop off you and process it and create jobs in the rural area. What they call Bronga half of Nakoshe, we have cashew plantations all over the place. They are not prepared to pick the cashew because who pick cashew now? 1 kilo near come on 1 cedi and not 2 cedis. Labor or the back pick cashew no. It will cost you more than that. Until our people are not prepared to pick it. But if we put a processing plant, like I said during the 2020 election, we'll put 2 processing plants in Bono and Bono East to process the cashew for export. Right now, what happens is Indian from Edebeto. Omoto de call India. No market process in India. No the produce of India. Meanwhile, cashew nuts in Ghana. You know, palm oil. Yeah, imported 400 and something thousand tons of palm oil. Meanwhile, palm oil, Diabano, Malaysia found free her. They call Malaysia. Right. And now we are importing palm oil from Malaysia. Meanwhile, we can produce vegetable palm oil here. And the point is, the opportunities are there if we put the investment in the right places. What I say. And so if you look in our manifesto, we've outlined all that. They can look in our manifesto. I mean, until we can't say that it is our copyright and something. They can copy as many of the ideas that we have there as much as possible. What I say. And if they do that, it will help all of us.
Okay. The messages about entertainment and arts and some and some His Excellency John Dramani Mahama yemre na katia webi eti yenko keta sese ne proye yenkomo kese wo man Ghana wo nsusuye mu no de action plan no wo so ye de to akwamu animu ye said be ya ye betu keta sese ne proye mind you aban we say oh special prosecutor or state institutions awodo e ho mo betima aboa se wo ka keta sese ne proye ho asema fa dance die bra be kire Anzani Yajiwatu, these are all the narratives are a fact that as a prayer, but who susu yemuno. Again, also a year anymore. You
know, the point is, in Brofokasem, you can't be lip service. They are just paying lip service to the fight against corruption.
Samu?
Oh, yes, lip service.
Oh, no, kakake.
Yeah. Special prosecutor office. Obiti say Martin Amidu, or a lawyer, and he's been deputy attorney general before.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, lawyer more, you know, of a certain standing. What I say, and it is a Obase Obiti say Martin Amidu. Resign. No, say the president is the mother serpent of corruption. It's a very serious charge. What I say, because you know, several attempts were made to obstruct him from investigating certain cases.
Yes.
Anything no Casano. Anything no say the president is the mother serpent of corruption. Now say, wow, special prosecutor because you are the mother serpent of corruption. What else do you need anybody to say? Say, oh, kon etia kata session and pray. What I say? Say Obama special prosecutor Ejuma say yes say. But even if you look at the law, the board and things must give him permission to do something. Then apart from that also, say the case come out social prosecutor, near two breaker at the assign come CID. Say CID investigating. Into CID investigating and not clear any panel. Meanwhile, the case is already before the special prosecutor.
And
No, it's just to, it's what we call to clear the people. Anything they say, President Idiba Kwayama no oka and the names that he has been given one for client agent account. But client agent account, what I say, because say BBC on our SOE say, oh, me who she will into Munja Hunsemka. Look at the embassy of Norway. The government decided that it was going to open an embassy in Norway. Somebody was giving advance notice of it. Nipano Kotor dying $3 million. And waited. I buy a year ready say Omokoto embassy and Omokoji Sanipa dying at $12 million. And can you foreign committee a war parliament any who a blue alarm now? Somebody would have walked away with $8 million clean, cool money. What I say? Inti Asemi Baye was talking about presidency. Forget about it. He cleared it. What I say? There are many of such cases. The thing about corruption is man is not perfect. and everybody has his character based on how you were molded in your home or wherever you grew up. The president cannot work alone. The president needs people to help him. He doesn't know the character of every single person that he appoints. So there will be cases of corruption. How you deal with it is what makes the difference. What I say, Yanka said you can clean the stables 100%, there'll be no corruption. But when it occurs, how you deal with it to serve as a deterrent to other people, no, and no any here.
How you deal with it, does it entail near warmer so? And that is where Yana one problem no, because you won't make allegation to say, look, it be for political expedience in Tina, will make it that allegation.
You will make allegation over friend of whistleblower. Now, Untiminka say whistleblower or evidence. He's not an investigative agency. He doesn't have the capacity. Or no amount will lead say na me doing say AC. It is your duty as government to take your kind and then investigate and find out if there's something in it or not. And now I say,
Matthias,
but I say, so yeah, allegation for evidence, brand. Mayor police. Am I an investigative agency? What I say? Until the media can expose, say who say koso. It is the duty of the anti-corruption agency say ombefa sa leads na mwamano no makoshe omuhwe mu omse oh say ne see na sa ni pay ye de no beka akogina court ana BBC will prosecute him or something ana ye hwe mu no ye hu hwe. You understand? Because this is exactly what happened. That is how you run a government. Okay.
And I'm saying yemre na kana iswaninti woman me de prof bebem na and also akasa kakra. But quick questions, especially on about one sense the current state of NDC amanyukuo. Many questions be go in that direction. Inti me put my question in this way. Yeko 2024 election, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Dia na obetima kache we chita afo wo apam foforo makwa ebehwe na eye wachita afo no omope se obesa aba no ebetima bem edien na odi atoto akwan titru wabato nhihye ensensem ho na afen so se de be obe protect eye ema obeto ama.
Even though in the run up to 2020 na yene EC ewo argument kakra na ye hwese enyoma bi enkoye, you know, and the way amokono in who say, you know, they would run things properly, what I say. And so still no, because of the history of your EC no, we still decided say let's give them the benefit of the doubt, what I say. But after election ayekoi, we are going to the election as if the EC is against us and on our opponent's side. Yes. Because until they show say they are neutral, and they also say who said they will not be neutral, don't be impartial. Until we have to go in with that mindset. What I say. So it means that and Nyoma Bianca who feel say, oh, EC will take care of it, into be into me and take advantage of that. You know? For instance, printing of ballot papers. You printing ballot papers new year. You better not printing houses, no copem say you better about new year. What I say, won't believe say you feel what. I'm just give you an example. Okay. What I say, see, Parliament with regards to pink sheet in Libya, we want to see say be used to know every single thing Parliament I approve and no also. What I say, we won't agree say we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Now say collation centers. Young person soldier be any to regional collation center. So therefore, they should stand somewhere. It's the police who are supposed to be at the collation centers. And we're all going to be at the collation centers from about 5 o'clock. You better know. Young collation center, presiding officer and say, returning officers in your mind, to Munko Fiemra Nopa. They be, you better know. Kopim say, returning officers, Nebaba, ne Naya Kai Abano. Kopim say, Yakai parliamentary, ne presidential. So we're going to approach it. Anything I'm saying, do or die. Do or die, no. Well, it means that we're going to cover every base to make sure, say, the right thing is done. What I say, we're going to approach the election with a very, you know, firm, say, we're playing as if the who's the referee no count. wakoka other team no Professor Zuma Nelson also calling the more or the honorary referee and echo it yes the high referee and echo into this election and to make catch and this now the election will be won or lost at the polling stations and at the collation center and I know they were going we're going to be at the polling stations. We're going to make sure the right thing is done.
Okay. Final question. And again, it's a month for agreeing and I may find there. I put 2 questions for your mouth. You restore licenses of radio stations, Radio XYZ and the Radio Golden Yaka. Mekai yetra na yede sra ban say omo be dani o madwene. Se dey ejebu wanya ba. Does it in any way insulate a ban way free media suppression of media freedom and seminar na moment so bra your two radio station in manner?
You see, my breso and they set up NCA. NCA a regulator. A regulator is supposed to work to grow the industry, not to kill the industry. What are you saying? And the regulator also is proactive. Now regulator obekwa kote baby. Now I train say licenses, but we know I can say licenses are going to my shuttle down. That was not our intention of setting up NCA.
Wow.
The intention of setting up NCA was to help the industry grow. What I say? NCA, what your letter? What say? What from? Say. And so you use a carrot and stick. Sanya regulatory agencies, no. What I say? But what to? I mean, several stations move for so many years.
Yeah.
Now you say, okay, Mumbai Jumbo license. Yeah. And so, to have 53,000. Radio Gold say, yes, but to have 53,000 Ghana cedis. They've not worked for God knows how many years. And yeah, la sulala, me JJ, Sikawan Krofobiho, and I'm in the Radio Gold say, Monje Nko Tia, more license, no. But then Radio Gold don't want several other. Yes, almost two more. They all of them 60,000 Ghana cedis, 50-something thousand Ghana cedis. At least Ankaka say, and the Muncha and Kakaka, Yamamo, Bosomensia, and IBB. So within 60 days, when Chia and the license now, the Maono, you cancel.
Wow.
It is likely, say, some of the stations even within 60 days, no Munya says Cano. International say, Yakoya and I see a buy. But the American say, as a regulator, also, na industry no growing. What I say, your intention is not to kill your them because the radio stations didn't know you are not there. Regulator, then I will regulate it. What I say, and almost said they've restored the license. You move can after so many a year restore. What I say, but after conditions on my stations don't point. I'm sure you are 60 days no be brave. Almost to mean to access cano and the offer our license and for our license. What I say. And they should give them a break. Maybe at 6 months in these installments, and then when you do that, they can all come back. But the Americans say they were setting a very bad precedent because Anka abine SSN, na another abine bar. Maybe an ipo NCA no any on the na sa abine no so ba na a share stations supporting MPP. No, no, so say, untia way you're close. So it would have been a very bad example for us. What I say, and to me, kind. They say what they are doing is setting a precedent for the future. Say, Ekoba say, and Pabano call other fortuna. It could also mean that other stations will suffer. And Tabia Omutie and Sema Yakai, they are restoring those licenses. But I think that I'll say stations now, Omo Aristom license, no more Mekakra. 60 days, no sir. They should give them to pay in installments for about 6 months because where are they going to get the money to pay?
Okay, may I show Prof from them because Prof and I'm sure I'm not for the message, but I'm my Prof from Kasabi. Anyway, Prof, especially on His Excellency John Mahama kind on this renewed vibe I'm they call a year about 2024 ene NCC amo ye ene ahoden foforo amode ekọ abatonim kakakra fa ho
yo mejidi se ne kese no boss aka na meno ye share sa aseda to ye ase no na mbisa me ho se na ye kokra ye kokasen if said a man for GD pa say ba. Nanso so ye call ye nam ye hwe ahokeka ewo fob no a na ye nkura ne oma hokeka no ase ye nkura. Nti no bibi a very positive a ye kura mu. Na ye kura mu so aba no yakoto awie. They see yesi. Nti de here say ye no ye can review a eno nche say ya cancel. Eno nche say ye hwe de ko yie. Ne amana ko yie kese. Ne ahwe de etosin na ehon so yesi. Na che say ye ko yenimi. Na ba na abato de anka de hia kese. Ene se bibia be ye pefe. Eye pefe wudi nkunim a wo kra wo confidence say me na medi nkunim. Wutimi sepe ho. Wo kasa wo gina onan so. Wonim sade o manifesto no enu nti na wo de ko. Emre bia mba ma wo kasa owura afia na manka ne sa. Efisa no na wo de etu anamo no. Wudi nkuko nso a esanse bibia ye pefe no na waje atum. Na eja mmoa kakra wo a de be ma no na nso wo de ama na che se oma no na ekọ nanim. Enti eno ne sa ehihye no ye supporters no ewo ahodo mo wo nkoda bo nso mo vim so ye salute wom
ene #vim
#vim enti eso ye da wo mase na ne de twa me dase ye nyina ye dase ye ba no ye ko radio stations ahemfo ne ade mo nyina mo gye entumu ye kan asem amanfo bisa asem ne ade ne na empire bon se bibia nya asomdwe abato no na ye ni nada so bibewum tene ade a ayare hosam kese abatan mahwe ma ne ade ye yem hihye ye bom paye ma se nyame mfa emofra no ene obi a ohwe ne nkwa no ensi na ye bom paye abanso nhwehwem we nya nto hosa ugya to hosa wanhwa na ochina de beba no kra na echensa Mobia.
Okay, very well. About crap pounds in my dunum and I Yuguswa, Yene, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Kaniman Penny, Edwin Kuwana Fenso, Nabedia Professor Nana Jane Opoku. Now, quick messages Abba, way every Mrs. Joanna Jan Kuju was a Kwamenka, His Excellency Nyaya, Manenka Sanfa, Sa 2080 shares, say a year Ghana, you go that you two are saying, ye day 80% shares. Ebe mama no ne for na oba take advantage ewo ye so ewo ye memu akaminya ya His Excellency enka bibi mfa office ye TMM na amanfo fa kwatiri kwa so ACC ye say de enye ade a ebeboaye sanso da Kwaku James message or the free taifa eba e wo say Kwame ma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enka samfa niato Honorable Francis Xavier Sosu hombusa ne say wonu nsusu yam no wo hu say e ya de pa na eye mrahye bedwafie enhye ya speaker wave ni eyade a ebebo ne ho ban we message ni bia aba na message ni bi so aba we say fatal what free Tema Central say Kwame ask him about the digitization and inflation price of fuel in the country. These are all matters of public concern. But on His Excellency, what do I know see what's me chat for probably bia 70 bia man for account will be kafa ho na wasem etwato a wode be ma amanfo a ehwe ye na etie on both TV XYZ and Power FM new radio stations I would FI
so bi busa efa sika kokko asem so ejapa asem no kan
I think that recently issue be by say efa ye sika kokko say omususu say those in the private sector betima play a major role. Emma normal gold refinery once.
Okay. Yes, gold refinery, $25 million and have be.
That's right.
Okay, may shame we I won't comment on it. I'll look at it and then I mean sure say a party will be taking position on it, especially if it's something I was say about parliament and I be near a Tosso a Medina MP once. I'm say your member of parliament or more responsibility to our constituencies. And it is a say our constituency be a how more I was say MP no show leadership. What I say in some case more demonstration and ultimately now and can say Uncle Jaumo. What I say and it is a wako Jaumo na bibia to singer. You understand? Na most more investigate here. Also who say constitutional MPs are put in a certain category because of the independence of the three executive arms. What I say, your judiciary, your legislature, and your executive. Yeah. The police service is under the executive. It is a one other arms, a certain protection. a capricious president bet me use police not to harass the other arms of government. Enti omoma MPs a certain immunity. It is a wo ye bibia. The way a police for be cho wo hano. And yes I know betimi akoche MP. What I say? And there's a procedure. Abra ye war parliament. It came up. Then about the quick case, it came up sometime allegedly in an speaker, and they laid down the procedure. So we hear MP, especially when Parliament is in session, I was say we fast our so now we inviting us say you want him to help in investigations. There are instances Yama police for no Parliament near Fred MP no akotena Speakers Conference Center near Busa no bibia omupe bia, but won't mean koche no enka say what the koto cell. Now we're interrogating on, because of almost special position and almost. And to me, sure say, who here said there should be a standoff. I was saying they should just follow this and tell the speaker that we want to interrogate him on this happening. But I was saying who say, Nisi and also, MP no obligation, ne constituency. What I say, and the road is not good. The people say they're going to demonstrate. The MP must be there. Now, video Bimpoa, he was rather calming them and stopping them from doing some of the things that they were doing. Okay. What I say, and no, I'm saying, IGP Dampai, you say he's trying to bring a change into the policing and all that. But me said this argument with Parliament and who here, if he follows the right course, he can ask for audience with the speaker. Only speaker can say, that's all, and then resolve the matter. Well. Yeah, and then
I'm sure say
effort digitization. Yes, the American is saying digitalization. No, it's facilitative. You understand? But to me, it's not an end in itself. Into BBR education. Digitalization of education, e-learning, this annual man. Oko medicine, we have e-medicine and all that. Oko agriculture, we are using processes for marketing agricultural produce. Into digitalization, every sector of the economy, but it's not an end in itself. My achievements are in digitalization at the expense of the main sectors. Into economy nko ye bibia boyede bibia kosro foreign exchange I say yache dollar aye dollar na adwane ye hu bibia okobium no aka say our achievements are in digitalization. I mean, you have to solve the basic human needs. Digitalization is supposed to help solve the basic human needs. That's right. And an end in itself. Something that you put in to facilitate me sure say Nipana afe oye champion of digitalization when who say other side na first or my own lecture there they make us the lecture would have been on the economy and the achievements of the economy. So I feel the digitalization and abeye and in America etwa to kra ni ake minto mada wonyemi me game shin gandan me fe 2020 election chicken no phone onake seats P ni under 2016 wana tomo lejokuku kro wala de kotopo amefe aba akwa amese aba NDC de he won to no damage mofia money chuni ni wana na kan seats ni presidential hu we Greater Accra wota woda mofia moshi ni wole ake NDC G party ni ke oba ni bi ya no koni mofia mo ana tuwe jole. Wow. Ewo afo shiki ahawo eko 2024 won sa ni bi fen koni woba tomo kakai woba tono His Excellency me da wan say ye bre na nya ye bra no me da wan say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kanima mpani afenso Franka Tunima NDC amanyoko no wabra ye ko 2020 abatol me na afenso na be de che Professor Nana Jane was say Edin mamu morning sisayo Professor Nana Jane. Hajuma ebe do asipade. Asidenio. Se ene obra unyama ebe. Exactly. Ye never put ye. Ye be da mu nyina mo so ma se munya bre
na mo hwe eye tonton sansa adwumadie wo TV XYZ and afei so mo tie ye ewo power 97.9 wabra ye de dwabo ase dwumadie ebremo me nua ama poma checheku ohene babo ama benie mugabe mase dache hine foso agima piesie okra chese ye doso British man or this sports question by yentimi emusa his excellency ene mo busa questions ni nyina ye da mu nyina amase samo ma ye kwan ye timi ba mu fie mu na fe ye ba mu fo so na ye te his excellency John Dramani Mahama enka ocho nyame ya adoma Ghana nti ye beba ababrum tonton sansai Ghana nti ne wa ye be chia